On January 29, Donald Trump unveiled his latest bombshell, a brand new drug discount platform promising huge savings for Americans. But within hours, chaos erupted across the healthcare industry. The platform claims it will cut out the middlemen and reduce prescription costs by up to 60%. But critics are asking, is this real relief or a political mirage? Trump says the system lets patients buy direct, no insurance, no markup. But insiders say this disrupts decades of pharma networks, and someone's profits are about to burn. Here's the twist: the platform quietly partners with a little-known tech firm linked to one of Trump's closest allies. Coincidence or a secret backdoor deal? Documents show the firm only launched weeks before the announcement. Yet it's already handling millions of dollars in transactions. Something's not adding up. Even more bizarre, early users are reporting wildly different prices. Some are saving hundreds. Others? Getting charged more than retail. A Florida mother says she paid $49 for a drug that's usually $12 at Walmart. It's a scam in disguise, she fumes. But the app's terms say, no refunds. Trump's team insists this is just growing pains. But insiders warn, the rollout was rushed for one reason only, and it's not about patience. Campaign finance experts now say the platform's backers have deep ties to Trump's re-election war chest. Millions may be flowing from drug deals straight into politics. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical giants aren't staying quiet. At least two major firms have launched legal probes, and one plans a multi-state lawsuit. On the surface, the platform feels like a win for struggling Americans. But behind the scenes, chaos reigns and the backlash is growing by the hour. One pharmacist in Ohio warns the platform could collapse the supply chain overnight. She's already lost 3 suppliers this week, all cutting ties. Others point to a shocking glitch: some controlled medications appear available without proper verification. Doctors are alarmed and regulators are watching. The DEA has now flagged the app for review. If they find violations, this could be shut down before summer and spark criminal investigations. But Trump loyalists are fighting back hard. MAGA influencers are flooding TikTok with glowing reviews, claiming this app saves America. Behind closed doors, Republican strategists are calling this Trump's healthcare October surprise. They believe it could flip swing states overnight. But not everyone is convinced. A bipartisan group in Congress is preparing emergency hearings. This isn't transparency, one senator warns. It's a Trojan horse. At the center of it all, patience. A father in Texas says the platform let him afford insulin for the first time in months. He calls Trump a hero. But hours later, his app account was mysteriously deactivated. He's now locked out and desperate again. I was a pawn, he says. And just when the fire seemed to settle, a massive leak explodes online. Internal chats reveal the platform's launch was never about patience. The leaked chats include jaw-dropping lines like, "Let the outrage boost installs," and "We need a viral scare." These weren't developers, they were strategists. Turns out, the mastermind behind the rollout isn't a healthcare executive, but a former reality TV producer from Trump's apprentice circle. The same producer once pitched a pharma-themed game show. Now he's steering a billion-dollar drug app. Insiders say he thinks this is entertainment. The more you dig, the stranger it gets. The app's privacy policy includes a hidden clause allowing data sharing with select partners. That includes campaign affiliates. One cybersecurity analyst warns the app could become a surveillance tool wrapped in a savings pitch. And with 4 million downloads already, it's spreading fast. Even inside Trump's own circle, there's panic. A former aide reportedly texted, "We're in too deep." This could explode before Super Tuesday. And here's where things spiral. Major pharmacy chains are refusing to honor prescriptions generated through the platform, citing legal ambiguity. But users aren't warned in advance. A North Carolina woman drove 2 hours, only to be told her prescription was void. "I cried in the parking lot," she says. Meanwhile, whispers are growing louder. Did Trump's team know this would fail? One strategist allegedly called it a perfect wedge issue. So what is the endgame? Experts say this rollout mimics tactics from Trump's 2016 campaign: stir chaos, dominate headlines, and polarize fast. Flashback to 2022, the original concept for the app came from a Vegas tech summit, and the idea was pitched as Uber for pills. At that time, no one took it seriously. But after Trump's team took over, funding ballooned, reportedly hitting $75 million in just 5 months. And then came the hiring spree, not of pharmacists or healthcare pros, but PR firms, influencers, and political analysts. One insider reveals, they wanted noise, not solutions. The goal wasn't healing, it was headlines. And they got them. But it feels good. And that's the point. Psychologists say the app is gamified to trigger dopamine and keep voters engaged emotionally, not rationally. But it feels good. And that's the point. Psychologists say the app is gamified to trigger dopamine and keep voters engaged emotionally, not rationally. Meanwhile, real pharmacies are suffering. Independent drugstores report a 30% drop in traffic, some on the brink of closing. A Vermont pharmacist says he's losing loyal customers to a mirage. They'll be back, he sighs, but we might not be here when they do. And now, watchdog groups are zeroing in on one explosive clause: users must agree to binding arbitration, meaning no class action lawsuits. But leaked legal memos suggest that clause may not hold up, and if it cracks, thousands of angry users could flood the courts overnight. Within hours, #drugscam trended nationwide. TikTok, X, and Instagram flooded with horror stories, from missing meds to identity theft claims. Within hours, #drugscam trended nationwide. TikTok, X, and Instagram flooded with horror stories, from missing meds to identity theft claims. A former Trump supporter tearfully posted, "I trusted him, now I'm choosing between rent and insulin again." The video hit 10 million views in 6 hours. The emotional damage is just the beginning. Tech experts warn the platform's backend is vulnerable and may have already been breached. But Trump remains defiant. In a fiery rally last night, he called critics the pharma mafia and vowed to expand the platform 10x by next month. In a shocking twist, a former campaign advisor just flipped, leaking a voice memo suggesting Trump was warned the platform could hurt real people. In a shocking twist, a former campaign advisor just flipped, leaking a voice memo suggesting Trump was warned the platform could hurt real people. But here's the kicker: the memo ends with Trump reportedly saying, "If it wins us November, it's worth it." That clip? Now a trending sound on TikTok. Public opinion is fracturing. Some still believe the app's intentions were good. But millions now see it as a reckless gamble with lives on the line. As legal battles heat up and the 2026 campaign looms, one question hangs in the air: was this a revolution in healthcare, or a political con dressed as hope?